more Acecraft and co-pilot mode is here. And if you've tried this already, you probably found out that this is a little bit more difficult than what you expected it to be. Now, I did go and beat this. I didn't get carried, but I will tell you, I did end up dying a lot inside the game. But there were some tips that we're going to share with you that's going to make this a lot easier. And actually, before you know it, you'll probably be able to beat this. Now, they do go on to say that all your pilots will have kind of like a fixed attack, HP, and defense. I'd still suggest going in with Jerry if you do have that one unlocked. It's incredibly strong on it, but the things like our modify and the other things like that won't actually apply to the stats. And the stages on these will be completely random. I did see 6 different bosses out of my full 10 tries of playing, and it'll be 5 waves. Now, on wave 3, you will go up against 2 bosses, and similar with wave 5, you'll be facing 2 bosses there too. The bosses that I ended up running into were Miss Cadence, Lawful Goldwyn, Lady Tea Party, Smiley, Barrel of Bane, Sheriff Hawkeye, and then the Holy Spectre. But depending on which ones you get teamed up against in either wave 3 or wave 5 can definitely make things a little tricky. Now, your co-pilot there, if either you or your co-pilot dies, going and hovering over them, you can revive them. And this is going to be one of the biggest things in here. You need to kind of keep an eye on them. Usually the co-pilot is going to be a little bit dimmed or translucent, invisible, let's say. You can see them a little bit, but can be kind of hard to keep an eye on that with everything else going on the screen. So really try your hardest to look for their health bar. And if you do see like that little green icon pop up like, oh, I can heal somebody, try to stick out there and get them back on the team. That's gonna be one of your biggest things you need to do, is keeping one of you guys healed up. If both of you die, it's game over. There's no like, do you want to continue? You're gonna have to start over from fresh. The other tricky thing is there's no attachments that you can go and get upgrades. There is a little question mark thing that flies around. Destroying that will drop power-ups, which will help you get better stuff yourself. So don't think you're gonna be stopping like, oh, I can pick this skill and this skill. You're gonna have to kill that thing, grab them on the screen, and there is health too in there, so pay attention to those. Don't go flying into the boss to get them, but make some maneuvers to work your way around them. So I think we can all say it's common sense to go and avoid the projectiles that are coming at you. And if you see the pink ones out there, suck those up so you can try to get that ultimate to pop off. And as I said, Jerry's a very strong one on this. You can have your wingmans attached on this too, so might not be a bad idea to select 2 of your strongest ones. Now I myself like to really go in with the pink star on this, and the chance that if I don't get lucky and suck up the pink ones the bosses are throwing, I can at least go and grab that and get myself a little bit extra energy. And clearly I did wail a little bit, so we are using the soda spray too. But I'd say if you don't have something like that, try to go for a wingman that's gonna have tracking like the triplet launcher or even the breath freshener. You can click on any single one of those, see the skills on it. If you see tracking, tap that one on. Now, as far as the battle on this, I'm a big believer that those ultimates are really gonna do the trick for you. And like I said, you're gonna be taking hits on this, so I would just say whenever you see some large pink ones out there, regardless you're gonna get hit or not, go ahead and let your finger off it. This may not be the best advice in the world, but this is what I've been doing and it's been working pretty well. The fact that your teammate can revive you and you can also go and, let's say, get some health power-ups, this seems to be working pretty good for me, and the fact that I can pop those things off and kill them a lot faster with making those big hits. With the Lawful Goldwyn, I am going to be trying to go after those big books that are pink, but if I do see some pages floating around and there's, let's say, a cluster of them, I will try to go after those too. As much as you see me taking hits on this one here, I probably would say that this is going to be one of the easier ones for me at least. Well, at least until the books line up on both sides and those things start kind of projectiling out at you. But even the Lady Tea Party, I'd say that would be another good one, especially when they're launching out the spread of 3. Those are some large blobs of pink right there. It's going to be a great time to suck those things up and launch them back at them. This boss tends to be pretty stationary, and even when they launch out the 5 littler teapots there that spin around in a circle, those are pretty easy to dodge and get in the middle of. For me, one of the harder ones is going to be Smiley. That's that kind of flying, rotating cat there. And this can be difficult because when it does go and turn into a ball, it kind of bounces around the screen a whole bunch. There's other projectiles too. And to make it even worse for me, this is where it was with Barrel of Bane. Now, when you do see 2 bosses on there, they can both take damage. So don't feel like one of them's just a dummy and you're hitting the other one. Either one of these ones is fair game. And really the Barrel of Bane isn't as terrible as you think. When you see it getting ready to go and spill out the neck there, just kind of stick to the side of it. Yeah, it may get you when it goes off screen and does that little stitch pattern. You'll be stuck in kind of a little bit of a box, but still really the big one on it there is just it dumping out its neck at you. And if you know how to dodge it or kind of see the animation, really the big one's going to be that Smiley there if you get paired up with both of them like I did. Really, the best time to suck up that energy with Smiley there is going to be when it's launching out the black and pink gumdrops there. Easy to kind of dodge those. I mean, it's not the most easiest thing, but better odds than some of the other animations. And even the Sheriff Hawkeye, you just gotta make sure you're not sticking too far to the back, and once it does that sucking on it, just stay out of the way of those airstreams. Once again, another great time to pick up those pink eggs. And now that I think about it, that's probably the easiest one, and the fact that when it does go and suck in, it's spraying out its wings, has a big hit area on it, and you can usually grab a whole bunch of pink ones, shoot them out, move a little bit, and it's just kind of a quick cycle to complete them. So I didn't go up against them in any of my winning runs, but the Holy Scepter there, when they launch that halo out, that's a good time to suck up the pink ones on that. And be careful with this whole electric field here. You kind of have to weave back and forth on it. You get a little happy with it, you go a little fast, and eventually you get to a point where you're gonna run into the boss. Do not do that. Kind of pace yourself out a little bit, or you'll back yourself off, because you will take damage if you go too far up. But really, those big ones are going to be is reviving your teammate, and hopefully your teammate revives you. Going for those question mark boxes and grabbing the skills, and clearly the heals too, and try to do the best you can to just suck up every single pink one possible and blast out those ultimates. But clearly, like I said, I am using Jerry. I am using that soda spray. If you want to know all about that skill and how it's going to work on some of the other pilots, take a look at this video right here. Thanks for watching, and remember, I pick my butt.